Hey everyone, if you are watching this, you are working on the analysis part of your CEAEA graphic organizer. So make sure if you haven't already that you click on your summer reading CEAEA graphic organizer. So click on that assignment. I have my example right here. So at this point you should have a claim. I'll tell you in just a second why I have highlighted parts of my claim. You should have your claim and you should have at least two pieces of evidence, one piece here and one below. And so at this point, what I want you guys to do, analysis tends to be the more difficult part of the CEAEA writing that we're going to be doing in class. And so to help you guys with that, the first thing I want you to do is I want you to take some time, and you'll have to pause this video a couple of times. I want you to actually look at your claim. And I want you to highlight key words in your claim that specifically answered the prompt. So we talked about adversity. Remember, you have to have a message. So I want to make sure that you guys are highlighting those parts to make sure that they're there. For instance, right here, it says protecting others. That's something that she has learned as time has gone on and how it actually discovers inner strength. So I highlighted protecting others, discovers inner strength, perseverance, and those were all of the things that I saw as kind of a message that Katniss learned. Also highlight where you have mentioned adversity. Remember, that's a part of your prompt. What specifically did they do by going through this adversity? So I highlighted overcome, adversity, and society because her society is what really forced her to face adversity. So once you've done that, take a look at evidence. Now I want you to actually highlight in your evidence specific words that you chose that were going to defend that claim. Here's why I want you to do this before you do analysis. I want to make sure that you chose a quote that actually connects to parts of your claim, because if it doesn't connect, if you can't highlight anything here that connects to words here, then you probably want to find another piece of evidence. So right here I have Katniss takes her sister's place in the brutal Hunger Games. So taking her sister's place, to me, that kind of connects to protecting others. All right, so I tried to word that in a way that connects. Also, that highlight specific words within the direct quote. So the fact that Rue's death forced her to confront her own fury. So again, she was trying to protect Rue, but then she couldn't. And so it forced her, it says right here, discovers inner strength and perseverance, to confront. I saw that as connecting to inner strength and perseverance, because she's not saying she's going to give up. The injustice they inflict upon us, that relates to the adversity. So again, I want you to highlight key words in your evidence right now that you feel like you can really elaborate on in your analysis. So take a moment, pause this if you need to. Make sure you've highlighted keywords. Right? You chose that quote for a reason. If you can't find any connections to these two things, pick a different quote. All right? And now we're going to move on to analysis. So your analysis, again, is explaining how the evidence that you found supports the claim. So I'm focusing on these words. I'm focusing on Katniss taking her sister's place. I am focusing on Rue's death, forcing her to confront her own fury, and the injustice. So that's what I want to make sure I talk about. I'm not adding more plot here. I'm simply explaining why I chose this. And those were the specific things I highlighted. So do that in your analysis. It's going to help you. All right, so I have right here, by volunteering to enter the Hunger Games in place of her sister, Katniss shields. All right, highlight. She's actually shielding her sister's life, and she's also defying the Capitol's systematic selection process. So I see how this connects to protecting others. I'm talking about this quote, and I also see that she's defying the Capitol. Furthermore, as she fights for her own life in the games, Katniss's bond with Rue, who is younger and reminds Katniss of her own sister, strengthens Katniss's will to survive. All right, so that, again, talking about developing inner strength with being with others. Rue becomes a symbol of Katniss's ultimate goal. She's a symbol of Katniss's ultimate goal, which is to protect and guard her family and those she loves at home. I hope you guys are seeing that I'm really trying to connect all of these back. You gotta keep going back to that claim statement. When Rue is murdered, Katniss is enraged. I'm highlighting this. This is important, okay? She's angry. I talk about that. See, I'm trying to connect this here. She's clearly angry, the fury against the cruelty, and her anger transforms into motivation. all right? Because that's what I set up here, that Katniss, by protecting others, Katniss discovers inner strength and perseverance. So again, even though she wasn't able to necessarily protect Rue, Rue became a symbol of Katniss's ultimate goal, which was to protect. And so when that happens, she realizes that she has inner strength, right, and motivation to continue in the games. If Katniss stays alive, she can fight back against the Capitol. Again, that's going to go back, can fight back against. That goes into how she's able to overcome the adversity created by her society. Guys, I do want you to actually go through and highlight keywords in your claim, in your evidence, in your analysis that connect. These words somehow connect to each other, and I want to make sure not every single word should be highlighted. That defeats the purpose of a highlight. But there should be specific words or phrases that connect to each other, and I want to see that you guys are doing that. So today, you are going to be working on your analysis. You have today and tomorrow to finish this graphic organizer. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, I'll talk about your concluding sentence. So your goal is to try to get your analysis done today. Take some time. I do want to actually see that you're highlighting, and that way I also know that you watched this video. So please let me know if you have any questions. Again, this says 3 to 4 sentences. You might have to have more. You might need a little less than this as well, and that's okay. Let me know if you have questions. I'll be in the meeting.